Welcome to National Customer Service Week, powered by Pace. I'm your host, Joshua Seth. But first, breaking news. A man is attempting to do origami backwards. That's right, he's attempting to break the world record in backward origami. More on this story as it unfolds. I worked way too hard on that joke. All right, no, wait a second, hang on. I almost hung up on myself. Now it's time for day number 5. I am so excited about this. Airport sounds. 5 days you guys have been along for this wild ride, this grand adventure into the virtual world, but I haven't been alone. I've had wonderful co-hosts throughout the week, and we have someone new for you today. I'm bringing Sam on screen right now. Let's give him a warm round of applause. Hello, Sam.
Hello, hello. Love the origami joke, by the way.
Did it work? I kept writing and rewriting, and I was like, how can the premise...
Loved it.
How can it make sense? I don't know. I think the popularity of that joke is decreasing. Twofer!
I walked right into that.
Dad jokes. It's what we use to torture our children, right?
Precisely.
So I'm down here, as you can see, in Florida. You're seeing the Miami nightlife, although I'm actually on the Gulf Coast in St. Petersburg. Where are you coming to us from today?
Paradise, otherwise known as Canton, Ohio. Luxurious Canton, Ohio.
I know Canton. I grew up near there.
Oh, no
You
way.
did not know this. My grandparents lived in Canton. My dad went to high school there, I think. I grew up in Canton.
So you've seen the resorts and the beaches.
Oh,
and...
it's fabulous. It's a vacation paradise. For cross-country skiing, maybe, in 8 months out of the year. Although there's not as much snow. When I was a kid, we had blizzards that would shut down the schools for days. I remember one year tunneling under the snow, and then my mom losing her mind, how dangerous that was. The snow could collapse on us. That doesn't really happen anymore, does it?
Not often, no. Every now and again.
The ski, we have little ski resorts. Well, I'm saying we, because I grew up in Kent. Kent is like 30 minutes. Kent,
yeah.
And my family's still there. Honestly, I shouldn't make so much fun of Ohio, because it was a great place to grow up. And the summers, there's about 6 weeks where it's just beautiful. It's just that winter is the other 46.
A lot of people here say it's a great place to be from.
Yeah, you know what?
When you go somewhere else, it's a wonderful place to have been from.
I agree. I always connect with people from the Midwest when I'm in LA. Right.
Yep.
And then when I go back, I'm like, was I adopted? What happened? This is not. I have all these romanticized memories, bicycling. It was a different world. We bicycling down to the old swimming hole, for real. And, come back at sundown kind of thing. And
that was it.
It was really small town living out of Norman Rockwell. At least when I was there. I don't know if that's so much the case now, but yes, I concur. It was a great place to be from. And you're still from there. So somebody's got to keep the lights on, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yep.
And there's some industry. There's Timken is in Canton, as I think I've done events.
Timken's right up the road. Pro Football Hall of Fame right down the road.
Yes, it is. Pro Football Hall of Fame. And, of course, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, about half an hour away.
Yep.
And you got one of the best little small airports in the country, the Canton
Absolutely.
Airport. Yeah.
Yes.
I was sad when Airtran got swallowed up by Southwest about a decade ago, and they closed that route, because I always enjoyed coming in there. This is just the life of the speaker, right? It's we live in the airports, so that was a good one. But enough about Ohio. I just didn't expect you to say that. So we got a little bit of a connection going on. And everybody, you know what? Tell us, all the people that are here watching live in the chat, tell us where you are right now. You can tell us where you're from, where you live now, anything like that. Let's get a little geography going, because I haven't asked that. Usually that's one of those icebreakers on the first days. This is day 5, our final day, and we have some ground to cover. So I'm going to get to that, and then we'll get back to your chats in just a moment. I will give you a chance to to chime in over there on the chats. But first, I want to make something clear about the surveys. Surveys went out to see, because we really want some feedback about how the event went. Virtual events are still very new, and everybody's sort of learning as we go. So give us your feedback. And the surveys, I believe they went out by email. Is that correct? But I also noticed that the general post-event survey is inside the Whova app, and I wanted to point that out in case it wasn't clear. If you look, is that off screen a little bit there? I'm going to pull it over. There you see it there? Because it's hidden under resources. If you go right there, if you go to resources and you click on survey, I noticed, boom, general post-event survey. So you got that going on as well. Let's see where everybody is from. I'll make this a little bit bigger so perhaps I'm not the only one that can read it. We've got, Kelly, you have a neighbor there in Youngstown, about 20 minutes away from you, Sam. We've got Kelly is from Youngstown. Liz is Chicago. Nova Scotia. I went to a great street fair busking festival in Nova Scotia once when I was headlining on a cruise ship, and we just happened to go into port on the day where this big annual festival was occurring, and I just loved it. It was very beautiful and crisp, as I recall. Brownsburg, Indiana, Manitoba. You got Manitoba, Canada. How's the ice fishing up there, Christina? Everything I know about Canada, I learned from that movie Strange Brew with Bob and Doug McKenzie. Do you remember that? I'm dating myself. The ice fishing and the beer and the toques. And I know all about Canada, Manitoba. Oh, we've also got Winnipeg, Canada. And Sage is asking, yes, please, everybody, send in those surveys. From India, currently in Texas, there is Soma. Another vote there for Winnipeg. Somebody else coming up. You got a lot of Canadian contingents on. We have someone, Chimo, I believe, is Lagos, Nigeria. Round of applause for the person that would have had to fly the farthest. This is one of the wonderful things about virtual. Is nobody had to get on a plane. You had speakers, I believe it was the Salesforce or the Estee Lauder people coming in from England. Was it yesterday? They would have had to come in from England, but instead, through the magic of Zoom, boom, click a button. That's why this is always going to exist. It's just too convenient. So these are still coming in. Thank you for those chats. We'll get back to them in a moment. But I've also got to take a moment and thank our sponsors, because we've had lots of sponsors that have made this event possible. And here's just a few of them. I'll get myself out of there for a second. We've got a bunch of sponsors to thank. Salesforce, service leader partner. Domino's, another service leader partner who provided our prizes all this week. CSG, service champion. CH Consulting Group, another service champion. Amore Equipment Finance, a service ally. And then the provider of the promotional discounts yesterday, we had Benchmark as well. So thank you to all of our partners and sponsors and everybody who helped to make this possible. And I just moving right along, I know that this isn't the last time that PACE is going to be putting on one of the events. Sam, will you tell us a little bit about the next event that you are planning right now, because the fun doesn't have to end here.
Absolutely. The PACE Annual Convention and Expo, which previously had been in person and soon will be back in person or at least hybrid again, is coming up in about 2 weeks. It's an online event, October 26th and 27th. So continue to have the great content, networking, and educational opportunities that you're used to hearing from PACE. Plus the first 200 people that register are going to receive a swag package. So that will include the type of things that you typically get at a convention, including pens and name tags and things like that, as well as a book from one of our keynote speakers.
Yes, excellent. So, and speaking of our keynote speaker, that would be Myra that mentioned that book. She also mentioned these coloring sheets that I similarly found in her. If you haven't seen her daily wrap up from this morning, she was pointing out a lot of great resources. Again, they're in that resource tab on the Whova app, and I'm going to pull up what that looks like right now. There's Celebrating the Heart of Service, and you can download that, send it out to your team, or color it yourself if you are so inclined. So she had a lot of great resources in the morning meeting, just like that. Have you had a chance to enjoy any of the morning meetings, or you've been running around working too much?
A little bit of both. Luckily, we've been pretty tuned into Myra's tips, and we've been
Yeah,
circulating those throughout the team. And so, yeah, we've got post-it notes and thank you cards and moments of appreciation throughout the week.
excellent.
It's been
Because
great.
she dropped a lot of nuggets throughout the week and a lot of great resources there in the Hoover app, and all of those sessions and all of your leadership sessions from Tuesday through Thursday and all of mine, they're all available also on Hoover and on YouTube. They're making their way to YouTube as well for replay. So if you're watching this in the replay, realize anything we referred to, you can also see after the fact. I see a lot of these comments still coming in. Let me just jump over there real quick before we get to the main event. We've got check. Oh yeah, I'm glad I did jump over here. So Sage put in right there in the chat, if you're seeing this live, the link in order to perhaps get registered for or find out more about ACX 2021, which is happening October 26th and 27th. Okay, are you ready for the main event? Are you ready to? We're going to be giving away the Service Star Prize drawings, and you guys have nominated a lot of people. Over, it seems to me that there's over 100 of these that have come in throughout the week, and they're broken up into 5 categories. So instead of the pizza today, I've set up 5 pizza wheels that I have changed the names to the names of the categories. And actually, before we get to the pizza wheels, let me drag this back up. I skipped something. I wanted to show you what those categories are, because HEART is an acronym that stands for helping others, exceed expectations, achieve goals, respond with care, and thrive through teamwork. So those are the 5 categories. Sam, are you ready to give away some prizes, some fabulous prize packages and swag?
Absolutely.
Okay, then let's get to it. Let me just check in the comments. Comment people, are you ready? Because I need to do that while I switch the screen. All right, we got the comments rolling in. Congrats to all the nominees, says Megan. Indeed, you guys have all been very supportive. Okay, so here we go. We got that game show music written by my son Tiger, just for this, because he didn't. I have a 10-year-old that does the digital music, and he thought that the match game music, the old match game music I was using, was cheesy instead of kind of retro cool. No. So he wrote new music that you guys have heard here first, and I'm going to play throughout the prize wheel right now. Here we go. Okay, this is the first prize wheel. This is in the category of achieving goals. Let's line up for let's get it like this. Yeah. Make it a little more game show. Okay. We have how many 13 entries in this particular category. And I'm gonna get right to it. So for the win in achieving goals, who's it gonna be from amongst these 18 nominees? We have Brian Willis from Nerd Wallet. Congratulations, Brian Willis from Nerd Wallet. It's interesting, right? It's fun. It's exciting. And everybody say congrats. Let's get right back to it. The next one, exceeding expectations. Boom, we've got 43 entries on the wheel. Who will it be? It looks like is it a new from Salesforce. Congratulations. Let's see those congratulations continuing to come in as I line up the next wheel. Here we go. This one is helping others. Helping others has the most entries so far. 51 helpful people at a great variety of companies. Let's see, who is it going to be? For the prize, for the win, the most helpful of the helping others, according to the wheel, is it Lila? Lila Wilson from Nestle Purina Pet Care. Congratulations. That was fun.
It was fun. I
There's
like the
more.
music, by the way. Tell your son I like the music.
Yeah, yeah. He's making me pay him royalties. And then he took all the royalties that he made this week, handed them back to me, and told me to buy him points on what's the thing where they do the dance, the game with the dances? Fortnite.
Fortnite.
I'm
Yeah.
like, Tiger, this is a complete waste of money. It's points. You already own the game. What do you need the points for? Oh, lots of stuff. Lots of stuff. Now, you might have noticed that there's two more prizes to go. We still have two. But in my years as a live event host, I know to hold a little back. You got to hold a little back. You got to make the people wait and want a little more. But you got to give them something in the meantime. And what I have found from this group is the magic. They love the magic. Should we do a little magic, people? Should we do just one last magic trick before we get to those final wheels? Yes, they're saying yes, yes. Spin the wheel, says Mick. No, I will spin the wheel when I'm good and ready. I've got the microphone, so I get to do what I want. What I want to do right now is a magic trick for you, Sam, because you haven't seen any of these. Now, here's how we're going to do it. I'm going to ask questions, and because it's a webinar, and we don't want Sam to answer every question, or you guys would think, well, Sam and I just set it up. That would be the easy way to go, right? No, I'm going to ask the questions, and whoever is the first to respond in the chat, that'll be who we go with, okay? So what are the questions about? It's about your bucket list, because we all had places we wanted to go, things we wanted to do that were put on hold by the pandemic. And now, as things begin to open back up, well, we have an opportunity to go back out into the world, take out our luggage, and do the things that perhaps were denied to us in the last year or so. I know I've got my luggage tag here ready to go, and I'm going to hold this luggage tag up in full view of the audience the entire time because it will have some importance here. So let's find out from the audience through the chat, if you could go anywhere in the world, where would it be? First person that comes through in the chat. Let's see, who is that going to be? Antarctica. Thanks, Marshall, for Antarctica, because I've just been so many places, and I've never been to Antarctica. We got Maui. Why didn't that person just hit enter a little quicker? Antarctica. I'm looking up and down. Yeah, that one came in first. But we've also got Singapore. I love Singapore. I've been there. I didn't know they had a Universal Studios. Ireland, I've been there. I've been to Cork, Ireland. I did an event there. Maui, says Christy. I spent a month there. A funny story, I spent a month in a Buddhist crow's nest at Dr. Wayne's house. Do you remember him, Dr. Wayne Dyer? And when I was writing my first book, in fact, my most recent book, which is the only good book, took me a couple of books to figure out how to write. I'm going to give everybody a way to download it for free. So that'll be my little gift to you at the end. So, but we go with the first one, and the first one was Antarctica by Marshall Main. Thank you. Now, Marshall, you are disqualified from answering any of the next questions. Only one person per. Okay, just so we spread it out. Make sure it's as random as possible. When I travel, because I'm so famous, I have to use a nom de plume, another name. What name do you think that I use as my travel name? The first one to come through will be the one that we use. It could be the name of another celebrity. It could be a made-up name. It could be a nickname. Who's to say? It's not Joshua. I'm not going to accept that because Joshua is my real name. The first name that comes in, it could name your Neil Armstrong. Neil. I like that. Yeah, why not? Nobody knows what he looks like. It was too long ago. Plus he had the whole helmet on when he got famous, like the space helmet. He could look like anything. So, okay. So that was the first one that came in that I saw was Neil Armstrong. And who was the one that said that there? It was Christina. Okay, so Christina, thank you for that. That'll be it for Christina. Now, where could we go? We could go. Oh, we already said where we were going to go. That it was going to be Antarctica. What airline? What airline would we take? What airline? Any airline. I don't see any coming in. What's your favorite airline? Or the airline that you have on a credit card? We've got WestJet. I don't think WestJet goes to Antarctica, but who knows? They may have expanded their routes. And one for you, Sam. One for you. If you had like a secondary destination or a destination that you would have chosen, because I didn't get a chance to ask you, where would you like to go? What's on your bucket list?
Egypt.
Have you ever been there?
I haven't.
I had an opportunity to do
canceled by the pandemic.
Mine was almost canceled, but by it was called the something spring, the
Arab Spring.
The Arab Spring. That's what it was. The Arab Spring. I was there when that was happening, and I had 2 armed guards with me the entire time, and it was a little scary, but I was, nothing happened, so I was glad to still do the event. And I got to go and see the pyramids. Did you know the most amazing thing about the pyramids is that when you turn around, there's a Kentucky Fried Chicken right across the street.
Is that real?
It's true.
I was like, is this the joke, or should I laugh?
No.
I had no idea. Wow.
I don't know that it's the most amazing thing, but I'm sitting there on a camel to ride out to the pyramids. You don't really have to, but it's part of the adventure, right?
Yeah.
And the Sphinx and all that. You're not supposed to touch it, but you can get really close. And then the way that they bring you, you can't see that you're literally right across the street from modern living. And there's a Kentucky Fried Chicken, but you can't see it in the same picture, so you wouldn't know this unless you're physically there. But there, I just saved you the trip. So now
there it is.
It's still worth going. It's also worth seeing the Valley of the Kings, Alexandria, the whole trip, and then going across the river into Jordan to the lost city. That blew my mind, where the city is built into the rock face, and it's been there for thousands of years. And you've seen this in Transformers and Indiana Jones and so forth, but to actually ride through it and be there, that was really, for me, even more than the pyramids, just because it's so immersive and you go through this crevasse to get there. It's like you're literally in another world.
Wow.
Especially from this technologically advanced, air-conditioned, indoor all the time kind of an experience. It's about as far afield as you can get. So yeah, I will accept Egypt as an alternate answer there. Maybe we could go to Egypt via Antarctica, right? It's probably not direct to get to Antarctica. Now, I've been holding this here on screen the entire time, and inside is my bucket list where I would like to go, and I'm just going to hold it up here so that of course it's upside down, so that you could see, if I unbutton it like that and show you behind the film, it might glare a little bit, but I've got the name that I use. Can you see it there? I'm gonna go full screen so you can see it. Yeah, it's Neil Armstrong. I always travel under the name Neil Armstrong. I don't know how you guys would have guessed that, but it's true. Antarctica, yeah, that's where I would go as well. Of course, I'd fly there on WestJet and via Egypt. Egypt is how you would get there. Actually, that's the route. So congratulations to all of you for correctly guessing what was inside my bucket list right there. It's an exact match. And the crowd goes wild with the virtual clapping. Okay, now that we've done the magic, it's back to the prize wheel. As you will recall, the last winner was Ryla Wilson from Nestle Purina Pet Care for the Helping Others prize package. Next up is Responding with Care. We've got 23 entries on the wheel of prizes, which I will spin right now. Who's it gonna be? Lots of companies represented here for this one. It looks like it's gonna be the alliteratively named Philip Peters, also from Nerd Wallet. That's two from Nerd Wallet. Nerd Wallet is
service cars.
Very lucky, or they nominated a lot of people. We've got one last one to go. It's very exciting. The final driving through teamwork. 30 entries. Lots of companies represented here. Lots of potentially lucky winners. It's time for the last one. Go! Who's it gonna be? Driving through teamwork. The final prize package today goes to Jen Pure from Amour Equipment Finance Incorporated. Congratulations to all the winners. Indeed. And as always, all of the attendees here with the congrats, being very supportive of one another. That's because you're in customer service. That's who you are, right? You're a positive people. Congratulations, everyone. We all rock. Okay. And that's it. That's pretty much it for this week. Oh, except I wanted to give my own prize to all of you. Everybody's a winner just for participating as far as I am concerned. So I'd like to give, oh, and by the way, and there's yes, I will give a shout out to my son for providing the music. There's Tiger Seth working on his first album titled 10 because he is 10. All right, and here's my book, and you can get it for free at joshuaseth.com/free. My personal improvement speaker hero, Brian Tracy, was kind enough to blurb the book and say it shows the most important quality for success in every area of your life, which is the ability to find focus in a constantly changing world. So I wrote it to help people just like you, and you can download it for free at joshuaseth.com/free. Take a screenshot if you like, or check out the chat because I just put the link into the chat as well. It's been a real honor and a privilege to serve you this week and all 5 days. And thank you to all my co-hosts. Thank you, Sam, for being here. Any final words for our attendees in this session?
Thank you for all the contribution this week. Truly appreciate it. And thank you to everybody out there who celebrated a wonderful week of National Customer Service. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you on another event soon. Feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn and keep in touch, everybody. As for now, I got to jump back into the internet. You know how I do that, Sam?
I don't.
I literally jump back into the digital world like this.